How do I start? I asked a friend. They said, tell a story that is hard to tell. As I allow my inner voice to travel through my head and into my heart, I ask the question, are you, Kristen, a mother? The exercise starts off as a gentle ponder, then evolves into an intense interrogation. The inquiry has a lightness to it, with sudden jolts like a pinball machine. Am I a mother? It wasn't until I sat down to write this story that it occurred to me why I decided not to be a conventional mother. My past 20 years, I have been spent being a dedicated, hopeful educator, full of boldness and eagerness, as well as episodes of loneliness and rage. Besides being a pet parent, this has been my ultimate motherhood. Tending to children, intently observing their words, actions, moods, tone, and all the spaces in between. Creating room for kids to play, create, wonder, evaluate, grow, communicate, and resist. As over the decades, I simultaneously do the same for myself. Is this what mothers do? There are the silver glitter scattered all over the table moments in my school work days when the situations are messy and overwhelming, yet they're equally beautiful and fun. And it is then when I know what I am doing is exactly right for me. It's those moments that make entering my childless home somewhat freeing, because I know I will have more to give of myself the next time. Kids are an essential part of my existence. There is an exact thread of my being that I feel radiate when I think about the children's lives I have been and I am a part of, and the ones I have yet to meet. Was I set up to avoid traditional motherhood? This is the first time I'm consciously and purposely asking myself this question. Why would I want to be one after seeing the excruciating pain on my mother's face when we locked eyes from across the gymnasium, knowing my father was in need of emergency care? It was December 1997 of my senior third period away basketball game, and I was on the bench with my fourth foul, engaging in spurs of negative self-talk for making a mistake and possibly letting my team and parents down. Startled by the sudden commotion going on in the stands across the way, I looked up and I immediately locked eyes with my mom's horrified expression. My dad had fallen and was shaking. I immediately had to escape the unbearable chaos, so I sprinted out of the gym and collapsed to the school hallway floor. I could not witness the pain on my mother's face any longer, nor did I want her to witness my helpless heartache. Hours after driving on the country back roads in a winter blizzard in the northern part of New York to an unfamiliar hospital, I was told my dad had a heart attack and died. My thoughts as I was writing this story led me back to the words of my 18-year-old self that I had written in a journal titled, "Fire in my heart, ice in my veins." One early entry says, "After 6.5 months after your death, Dad, I still do not believe you are no longer with us. After your death, I'm very afraid of losing things that are important and close to me." Another journal entry asks, "How do you make sense of his death?" And I respond, "I can't. I don't understand why good people have to die." One of the last things I wrote in that journal 24 years ago was, What did my dad teach me? That age is just a number and can't be measured by an exact number. What is important is how you live that number. The dash between the day you were born and the day you die is what's important. Well, this sure is a lot of dad talk in a story that's supposed to be about motherhood. But I think my dad is the reason I am not a mother. I decided to reserve the spaces in my heart and soul to love other people's children. That love seems more manageable to me. Maybe I will regret this decision to not give birth and raise a child of my own. And if that day comes, I imagine that will be a regret I can tolerate. For now, there are no regrets because my life is filled with extraordinary people and moments that I believe have been possible because of my dad dying. This story would not be complete without highlighting another entry I found in my 1998 journal. It contained words my track coach whispered to me the night my dad died. Be strong for your mother. And since those words left his lips, I flexed my heart muscle and I decided that is how I would lead my life. I would show my strength by creating so much pride in my mom's idea of motherhood that the pain of my dad's death would dissipate. This quest has been a perfect distraction. I can now answer the question, are you, Kristen, a mother? And my answer, yes, I am.